It's Fox Hollow. Yeah! Hello! Hello. How we doing today? It is Friday, everyone. I want to dive like really quick right in here. We got a lot of work we gotta get done. I don't know if you know this, but Friday is the day before Saturday. And Saturday is when I said I wanted to submit this project. Which I don't think is going to happen. I think we're going to submit on Monday. That's fine. We have until Wednesday. I just wanted to have all of next week open. But that's okay. We can take an extra day because I took my first day off without being sick in like 7 months yesterday. So, you know, we needed a bit of a break. It is great to see you all. Welcome in Short Trend Clips, Mothman, Centaur, Zaft, and all the others waiting in the shadows. It is so great to have you here. Welcome in, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. I think my voice is awakening the little guy. Alright. He's going back down. Alright. Oh, how are we doing today? How we doing? How's this Friday doing? Is the casual Friday treating us all well? Camera, can you please stop changing yourself? Oh, goodness gracious. I have gone through, yesterday I made a couple of changes to the game to make it a little bit better. So we've got our strength counter, we got a spirit counter here, so now you can actually visualize, you know, what are you at. I also made some changes where if you hit with the corresponding damage amount, well, it's supposed to, that it should, it should reset. But we're not telling it to reset yet. That's what the problem is. We're not telling the UI to re-update. See that? I need to go add that in. So, on the wand activate line, right here, we're just going to tell it to update our label. And then on sword. Ooh. I guess we can set both of them. Both strength and spirit. Because it's not setting it to 0 manually, it's just resetting it. That's fine. You need a nap? Go take a nap, Mothman. Go take a nap. You deserve it. You deserve a nap. Hope everyone's doing okay. Bloop. Okay. Oh, I can give a very strong witness of the power of naps. Definitely take a nap. Definitely take a nap. Okay. So next up, one big problem is I changed the name of the shield, the magic shield, from Aether Shield to Magic Shield. You can see it's right here. That has broken the connection to enabling the node here. So I'm gonna try and fix that. Oops. And the problem is here. So we are checking if the active item's name, in Pascal case, is the same as the toolbar icon's name. There we go, and I fixed it. It was this node name I needed to change. I changed it to Magic Shield in the code, but not in the node. So that's all good. Okay, great. We also had some weird bugs I had to fix yesterday in a couple moments of downtime that I had, where it was very weird. Since all of these enemies are based off of the enemy parent script, even though I had make local checked on them, as soon as you beat the first fight and you come in here and you do the second fight, as soon as you deal a damage, for some reason the goblin also takes damage, even though they no longer exist in the node, right? It's just the script is tracking that, and you ended up automatically winning. So, you know, that wasn't great. Couldn't figure out how to make it not do that. So I ended up just saying, when a character dies, set its health to 1,000. So right now we're dealing damage to the dragon, as well as the will-o'-the-wisp, as well as the goblin. I don't know why. I don't know why it's continuing to happen. The reverse order does not happen. So when you attack the goblin, it's not dealing damage to the will-o'-the-wisp and the dragon. No. I don't know what's going on. It's very strange, very weird. But at least it'll function for the jam. So now I think we've gotten everything ready for the functionality-wise. And then the rest of this, I think, is just going to be artwork, visual effects, and audio. I think that's where we're at. It's very exciting. Wow. Oh, we had another fun bug where if both of you had reflect on, it would infinitely bounce back between each other. That was fun. So I changed it that it removes the reflect flag first, and then you deal the damage, instead of the other way around. So there you go. That's all that. I think what we're gonna do now is start doing the rest of the artwork for things. So we're gonna boot up a sprite, classic, and going to click on a sprite. This is interesting. I changed my scenes to work a little bit differently. I know. Because I didn't change it on this. Hold on, give me 2 quick seconds to swap this over. Hey, Cube Miser! Good to see you. How are you today? Welcome on in. Yeah, my Godot kind of broke some things, apparently. Or not Godot broke things, but rather OBS broke things, which makes probably more sense. So I need to do negative 1.35 and 92.24. Negative 1.35. Okay. And then 92.24 to get the same angle. 2.24. There we go. Now, a sprite needs the same filters. We're going to turn that off. Then we're going to do our 3D cool effect that people showed me how to do. 92.24. Okay, and then... Ooh, what was the rotation on this one? Come on. Negative 1.35. Negative 1. And then 0.35. There we go. Okay. And I think I need to change the field of view? The field of view looks good, it's just too big. Whoop, 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 whoop. We can stretch it out a bit. There we go. Okay. Doing good. Glad to hear it, Cube Miser. Today is VFX and Polish Day also for the overlay. Yeah. Yes. If I'm about to graduate with a computer engineering degree, what type of jobs do you recommend me applying for if I want to handle software more than hardware? Ooh. It's a great question. We have some industry veterans in the chat who would probably have better responses to that than I would. I've been in the design side my entire career, not the software side. So, you know, take my opinion for what it's worth. But what sort of software do you want to work in? Do you want to work in web? Do you want to work in native apps? Do you want to work in games? What are your kind of career goals? So we're going to save this as Kiwi. We're going to erase it all. Can I just delete all these layers? Yes, I can. Good. Okay. We're going to grab our thing here, and then how do I load my palette? Load palette of, I think the shield had the right palette. Yeah, there we go. This is our Kiwi palette. Gonna get big badonkus right there. Good. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. Design is still cool. I think so, Javi. Big bland companies tend to be more boring but easier to get into as your first or second job, and also probably gonna pay a whole lot. Guess just make programs for businesses. I only really know how to code in Python, C, C++, Verilog. I mean, if you have Python and C++, you can do quite a lot of stuff. I was talking to a senior director of engineering at a very big game studio, and his heavy recommendation was, if you want to get into games, thank you for the follow, by the way, appreciate it. His heavy recommendation was learn C++. 100% learn C++, no questions about it, learn C++. So the fact that you've got that is a great start. But if you're looking for just kind of organizational stuff, I've mostly worked in the web space. So if you're looking for native using C++ and stuff, you'd probably want to be looking more towards... I mean, I was going to say banking, but I believe banking and government organizations tend to use Rust. I don't mind working a little bit with hardware, but I just dread electrical engineering mathematics. Fair. Doing an embedded systems course right now, and I'm stuck on my code right now, but it's programmed in C. Oh, just plain C. Wow. That's pretty intense. All right. So this is the head. This is the body. I'm going to make a new one for the beak. And then we're going to go kind of our pinkish color. And I'm just going to kind of lock it in. It's going to start about here, and then it kind of goes off like that. Plain C was your first job, and I haven't touched anything near it in 20 years. Wow. Not gonna lie, ChatGPT 4.0 has been essential, but I feel like even senior programmers use GPT now. Senior programmers, from my understanding, are using GPT, but I think the way they use it is very different from juniors. They tend to use it, in my understanding, less as a, how do I do this, and more of a, help me to think more laterally, right? So it's not necessarily, give me the code that will do this thing, but rather it is a, assist me in thinking through this more thoroughly, right? The common adage that I hear from senior developers is ChatGPT is awesome because it is giving these junior developers opportunities to have like a senior dev with them all the time. But the danger is that they just rely on it 100% and they don't understand why ChatGPT is saying what it is. Trying to see how, like, thin that beak gets for a kiwi. I think it kind of depends on the bird, weirdly enough. Sometimes it's, like, really straight, and other times it bends down. But it does look like it comes to a point sharper curve on the top. So why don't we get that in? So kind of that sharp of a curve, but then less right there. Okay. We're going to grab maybe this line and just kind of do... It's just distracting. Yeah, I think it's just distracting. I'm not good enough to make that really work yet. Oops. Use it to get time to make time more efficient. Yeah. What am I doing right now? We're drawing the main character for our game. So this is the game that we're building for the Learn You a Game Jam. It is an Autobattler type sort of experience. It's an Autobattler type experience where you only have one inventory slot, one equipment slot. That was the theme of the jam. So you have these different items down below you can use to to activate abilities based on their charging times. And the goal is to beat the bad guy before the bad guy beats you. And you can see there's still a lot of art we need to do. So we're going to try and crunch through and get a bunch of art done today. Look up big companies that tend to hire in bulk. Can be a path, like Accenture, for instance. I personally don't use ChatGPT for anything at work, but nowadays every job will ask for it, sadly. I don't think it's useful at all still, other than every now and then saving me 50 minutes of brain dead work. Yeah, I use ChatGPT for my embedded project, and it's helped until now. My project has issues with command parsing, and ChatGPT can't get around it. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on your career goals, right? If all you want is a job, definitely look for big, non-sexy companies, right? Don't try and go for FANGs, because they're hyper competitive. Everyone's trying to get into FANGs for some dumb reason I cannot fathom, because FANGs are awful to work for. But yeah, look for some large institution that people don't really care about. Look for the boring jobs, and you will get way more likely opportunities. And it's the same thing in gaming, too. If you're trying to work for, you know, Supergiant or something similar, it's going to be really hard to get your foot in the door. But if you're okay working on Little Princess games or mobile experiences, there's a lot more opportunity in that space. It's a sad thing to say, but definitely good to be willing to do one or two super boring jobs. 100%. Heck, if you don't really care about your job, you just want the paycheck, and you're going to leverage that paycheck and the low stress of the job to allow you to live your life more fully, aim for a boring job, right? If you're willing to do that, aim for a boring job. If it's important to you that your job that you spend a ton of time on every day be really rewarding and fulfilling, you know, you'll have a different career path. That's fine. Honestly, don't really mind what I do after school. I just want to be at a job where I'm on the computer programming. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I'm gonna leave that beak where it is. It's not great, but it's also not horrible. We need to add a little eye. Throw in a little bit of eye right there. Kind of extend it out a bit further to the side. Add in a little specular highlight. It's probably way too fine of detail, but whatever, it's fine. They have a little bit of a lighter rim around the edges of their eyes, which is where the eye socket kind of pops out a little bit. So the light is hitting that even more. Okay. It's not great, but that's okay. Let's get those legs blocked in. I'm gonna move all this up, because now we need to do legs. Left leg. Yeah, I don't know if that helps answer your question, Hobby. If there's some boot camp in the tech that fits you, those can also be a useful way to get in, but that's probably more of a web and mobile world situation. Yeah, Zaft, I haven't heard of, like, native app boot camps. Not to say they don't exist, for sure, but just, I mean, once again, my entire experience was in web. So, you know, that's the perspective I'm going to bring. That's what I've been exposed to. So they kind of go back like this, and then kind of bend forward. We don't want that. Yeah, it's too sharp of an angle. Kind of do something like that. And then we've got the left foot. The talons that kind of come out. Whoa, what did I do? What is this feature? What was that? Is it gonna keep it? Okay, what tool am I? Oh, I'm on the curve tool. Shift L. Oh, that's cool. I need to remember this toolbar exists. I never look over here. All right. So we get these kind of little chicken nugs. And they're pretty long. And probably about half as wide as the leg is. So probably, yeah, it's fairly close. Pixel art Bezier curves. Yeah, yeah. Learn something new every day. Honestly, I think I might actually use that for this. Because I can do kind of like this, drag it out to the right length, and then... Oh! It's a circle now. Why are you a circle now? Before you were just a line. Ah, I have to click and drag. So if I click once and then click once again, it creates a circle. If I click and drag, it'll give me a line that I can then kind of just bend up a little bit. That's really interesting. Huh. I had no idea that that existed. Kind of just bend it up and then up again. Okay. Now let's grab our just kind of big general shadow line. And just kind of do something like that. My wife is gonna be very upset that I'm doing this. She called dibs on illustrating this. But she's not here right now. Alright, let's grab this color again, and then we'll do... You know what? Let's actually fill these in with that. And we will paint the claw in this. So the claw is going to kind of come out like that. And then kind of like that. And then would probably just kind of be out like that. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not great. It's definitely, definitely not great, but I'm gonna be okay with it right now. Oh no, I'm getting a text. Is it her? Does she know? Is she watching the stream? Is she gonna say, please stop doing this? Let me do it. Oh dear, it is my wife. Oh no, but it's unrelated. Okay, 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 good. I thought I was in trouble for a sec. Are those nails? Of course they're nails, Zaf. What else could they be? So, okay. Let me show you what, like, the reference image I'm going off of. Reference. This is what we're going off of. Bring that opacity down. Look at how long those nails are. Like, if anything, mine are stubby. Like, this guy especially, this is like that, you know, the gross pinky toenail that she doesn't ever want you to see, right? That's what that is. All right. Can we copy and paste these? And then slide them back and then bring them below the body. And then the left foot, I think, is not going to work. Unless there's a way to, like, rotate this. Oh, look at this contour tool. Oh, so it'll... Okay, so that would have been useful for the claws. Interesting. And then we can also do a polygon tool. So we can just do... Bloop. There. And then... Oh! Look at that! So, that's interesting. So you, click and drag to draw your line, and then you click and drag again to add a point. So now you have your triangle, and then I let go. And you click and drag again, and now we've got a polygon, sure, but a trapezoid. There we go. Now we have our pentagram, hexagram. Of course, these are not pentagrams and hexagrams, but get the idea. We're adding in the extra sides, and as soon as I click without dragging, it's just gonna put it in. That's so cool. Super cool. Okay. In trouble, my Joe? Impossible, she says. Oh. All right. Baby's freaking out. Give me 1 second. Hey, bud. Hey. Yeah, hi. How are you? Want to go to sleep again? It's pretty cool. I can promise you, when you grow up, you're going to feel like you can never have enough sleep. That's a dad promise. All right, we need to fix this this foot here. Blur. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Oh, and gradient. Oh, sick. I didn't know there was a gradient tool in this. That's great. Ient. Okay. I'm looking for, like, is there a deform tool? But it's not looking like it. So we're gonna go ahead and just redo this. This is right foot and right leg. We're gonna knock all that out. And then even the right leg, to be honest, kind of needs to be a bit less. Let's redo it. Where are you? What layer are you on? Body? Foot? What? There we go, right foot. Okay, Alex, welcome in. Good to see ya. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay. Now we need to grab this, and then we're going to get our... Do we want the curve tool? I don't think so. Let's just do the brush. I'm just gonna do this so I can tell if I am the right size. We should go a little bit smaller. Yeah, about like that. Should be fine. Right leg, you're gonna be about right there, and then you're gonna bop out, and then kind of come down like that. Oh, and we're in ads. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, thank you for that extra long break, for your patience during that. We got baby changed. He's tanked up with a brand new bottle. I got my own brand new bottle. The camera keeps resetting the exposure. Please stop that, camera. Woo! Hey, Snowy's Patrick, courtesy of Endo. Welcome on in, everyone. Great to see ya. Hey, why do you keep losing it? I've said this before, but my son is at that really frustrating stage where he's really trying to, like, use his hands and hold the bottle and, like, pull on blankets and stuff, but he's really bad at it. And so the more he tries to hold something, the more it just slips away. So there's a lot of checking in. You give him the bottle, he tries to hold it, walks away, you walk away, 2 seconds later, ah! Oh, shoot. Hey, Tom Millman, welcome in. Good to see ya. So, it's okay. He's all right. It's just, you know, a little frustrating as a parent. But that's okay. Pretty much every stage of parenthood has something frustrating and a bunch of lovely, wonderful bits. Okay. So, we're going to bring this in. It needs to... and a little bit before the other one. Shoot. Come on, Joe. And right there. And then bend a little bit less. And kind of end right there. Okay. And then the foot. Hey. Yeah, if you just left it, it would be okay. I know. This is an event, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, there's Mr. Smiles. Oh, shoot. All right. I need to make some good progress here because I do have a lunch appointment I need to get to. I'm gonna have to leave in 2 hours for, but then we'll be back after the lunch. Bro! Stop whittling! Alright. I think you're ready for that. Yeah. Okay. Let's try the pacifier instead. It's exciting. Hope it's for something good. Just meeting up with some friends, with some members of the faith organization that I belong to. Yeah, just kind of a social get-together, so. Do I know what Indigo Park is? I do not. It looks like a video game. What? Ooh. The abandoned childhood wonder of Indigo Park, guided by Rambly the Wreck. What is happening here? Help restore power to the destroyed amusement park while you run from the reason it shut down. Wow, 14,500 overwhelmingly positive. So it looks like kind of a spiritual successor to Five Nights at Freddy's, continuing in that same sort of vibe. Analyze any game. Wow, there you go, Patrick. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Take a look here. Hold on. Baby boy. My God. I know you're tired. Okay. Oh, you know what? We need to add in our 3D effect on this, don't we? 92.24. I've got this memorized at this point. Then it is negative 1.35, I believe. Well, there you go. Okay. There's that. By the time my game is ready to review, Joe won't have any space in his backlog. You can wait to the next stream today. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, Patrick, why don't we go ahead and tackle that when we come back from the lunch break? We'll jump into some of our analysis space. We do have some things that we've got a lot to catch up on in the analysis area. So we've got Fear and Hunger we got to go through. We've got Dark Souls 3 we got to do. And now we've got Indigo Park. I'm going to write these down because the list is getting a little long. And any backlog we have, we'll go through next week after the Game Jam gets submitted. Fear and Hunger, and then Dark Souls 3, and then Indigo Park. Okay. All right, cool. That's our backlog. You don't want to be held, or you want to be held. You don't want to be rocked by an uncaring, unfeeling robot. I understand. The robot doesn't have the dulcet tones of your melodious father. Yeah. Oh, are you having teething pain? Is that the big problem? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and tackle Indigo Park right after the lunch break. Ooh. Which means we've got a lot of art we've got to do, like, right now. How long is Indigo Park? Do you know, Patrick? How many hours can I expect? Looks like a little over 1, maybe 2. Okay. At least that's where most of the reviews are. They're like 1 to 2 hours. Like 2 hours. Okay, cool. Yeah, we should be able to swing that. We should be able to swing that for sure. Cool. So we'll do that, and then either Saturday or Monday or Tuesday at the latest, we'll dive into Fear and Hunger and Dark Souls 3. That will be a dark, dark day. I have it on good authority. Fear and Hunger is pretty rough from a thematic perspective. So that's going to be interesting. It is not my typical type of game. But everything else about it is my type of game. And I don't shy away from from like dark themes. I can quite enjoy dark themes. But as soon as it was discussed, everyone was saying, "Oh, Joe, you're gonna have to do the safe for work mod, the censored mod." So it's marked as adult only. Okay. My goodness. Apparently for like frequent nudity. Wow. These reviews are outrageous. Whoa. Holy cow. Okay. I'll bring the weighted blanket and tissues. Yeah, Endo. For real, it does seem quite heavy. Like, apparently in the first 15 minutes, it deals with, like, sexual assault. So, you know, gear up for that. I will almost certainly, at the very least, we'll put a really heavy content warning on. Oh. One of my favorite book series is The Black Company. And it sounds like it's something similar, where it's about the true horrors of war, right? The Black Company, if you've never read it, is such a fantastic series. If you're into dark fantasy in the slightest, you really owe it to yourself to read it, because they do some incredibly fascinating things. Himanshu Kumar over on YouTube, hello, welcome in. The plot of the book is there is a mercenary company called the Black Company that is completely amoral. Like, their only morals are money. If you have enough money, we will work for you. And it's a story of this group of mercenaries. What happens if they do not believe in good and evil? What happens when they are contracted, they're tricked into working for an actual incarnation of evil, right? Like, literal physical embodiment of evil. How do they respond to that? How do they deal with it? How do all the different characters either rationalize it or process it or rebel against it? And it's freaking incredible. It is so good. I can't recommend it enough, especially the first 3 books. There's like 8 books or something. After the first 3 books, I don't know, it kind of wanders a little bit. I feel like the ending is also incredibly good, but, you know, the first 3 books are really the good stuff. But it is, they don't shy away from it. It's not like, oh, and then there are zombies, ooh, so evil. No, it's like, it is the real true horrors of war described in detail to force you to experience what these mercenaries are going through and how they're dealing with it. It is not a friendly read. It is tough. Love Glenn Cook. Yeah, Snowies, absolutely. So, but it is incredible. I mean, it made me cry. It taught me more about what hope is. And anything that can do that, in my opinion, is an incredibly valuable piece of art. Okay. Let's keep making these little toesies. Speaking of dark... Let's make the little toesies for the Kiwi adventurer. So if we kind of go like... Oh, that's right. We were doing the curve tool. My new favorite tool. So kind of go like that. Oh, I love being able to just kind of adjust it. That's so nice. And then kind of up over to here, and then kind of bend it in a little bit. What? Did we make a loop on accident? There we go. That's feeling better. And then the last one will kind of be like right there. You won't even be able to tell, but that's okay. Gonna grab our shadow color here, and we're just gonna draw it in. Oh, we're still in the line tool. Although, actually, that might actually be helpful. Take it over here, and then kind of raise it up. There we go. And then kind of come back in. There we go. And then we're gonna grab our nail color, and I'm gonna use our cool tool that we saw here. So just kind of out and then back in. And then similarly, kind of out and back in. And then, I don't know, do we even bother with this one? We'll just have like this weird line here that is just not going to read well. I think we just ignore that. Okay. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. We've got this problem here where we need some shadow work, but I think that's going to happen when we do our outlines. Do the outside. Maybe not the bottom. And we're going to grab our palette color. Okay. Looking pretty good. And we're going to lock everything except for our right leg, because we need to give it some more shadow. Right like that. Then we can unlock everything else. Oops, we don't want that on the body, though. There we go. Am I also live on another platform? Himanshu Kumar, yes, we're live on Twitch and YouTube. Both. We're on both of them. Oh, dear. And by the way, for all of you who are hanging out with us for possibly the first time, we are working on a Game Jam project for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. So we are doing the sprite work for our main character here. Let me bring up the actual game. This is the actual game we're building. The theme, the constraint we have to work around, the randomness of it, is only one inventory slot. So we have our main character here who has one item it can hold at a time, and that item is whatever it is able to hold in its beak, because it's a little kiwi going on a quest. So it's going against all these monsters, and you can change which item it is holding in its mouth, and it will charge it up until it is able to use it. And that's the game. You're kind of spinning all these different plates and trying to activate different abilities at different times. Obviously, it's very hard to tell what it is you're activating right now because they don't have any images. So we're going to, we're making our main character sprite right now, and then we're going to make images for all the items. That's what we're working on right now. So welcome on in. It's wonderful to have you all. We're going to grab our body here. We're going to make some hair. How do I make this not look terrible? How do I do the hair? Let's turn on our reference. How does this kind of look? Yeah, it's like a bunch of swoopiness, but I know from living with my illustrator wife that when there's a lot of texture, you don't really want to recreate the texture unless you can do a photorealistic job. If you can't, hey guy, if you can't render that out, you want to create the hint of a texture and let the brain do the rest. Hey, Than, good to see you. Welcome in. That's quite a good idea. Also love the main character. Thank you, Himanshu. Pacifier. Where did that drop you? You kind of need that, little guy. Where'd it go? Ah. Drop it. Okay. Here we are. Welcome. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Pacifier is in. Held is happening. We're doing good. Really interesting info from an illustrator that's super helpful for me to remember. Yeah, absolutely, Snowies. Whoa, Than! Thank you so much for those gift subs. My goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome on in, Il Pando, Link Master, Captain McFriendly, Yura, Monkey King Twitch, Carva, Hana's Panda, Potter985, Grumpy Nisbet, Granger73. Thank you. Thank you so much, Than. Appreciate that. That sort of thing is exactly what is going to carry us forward and allow us to keep doing this full time. So thank you. Thank you so much. So, how do I communicate the idea of texture without actually having, without rendering it out in a detailed manner? I'm looking at what other people do for kiwis, and I'm seeing some interesting stuff. So, one thing that I'm seeing people do, we grab this color here, is they're kind of extending things out a bit, right? Just like kind of going past the edges, kind of. I'm just blocking this out, right? So we could try something like that. Phrase outline? Yeah, Endo. Curly patterns with power opacity. Curly patterns with power opacity. What, like the contour tool, maybe? I'm not totally sure how you mean, curly patterns. With lower opacity, sure, yeah. I figured that was either a translation thing, but like, or a typo, but the idea came across for sure. What could we do here? What would be the best tool for this? Polygon tool, maybe? Nah, because we can't really do our shapes very well with that. We could try our contour again and just kind of... See, that just feels way too spiky. And we want this guy to be super cutesy, right? In fact, I may redo his eyes completely because I do want it to be ridiculously overly cutesy. You know, something kind of like... Oh, what's going on? Oh, my little one. Gosh, thank you, Than, for that subscription. Thank you. You're a champion. Thank you. Oops. Let's get rid of these spikes first off. Add a new layer. Hey, why are we struggling? Are you too hot? Hi. Should we get tickles going? Should we get some baby laughs? Should we get some baby laughs on stream? Should we do some tickles? A tickle, 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 tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. There we go. A tickle, 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 tickle. A tickle, tickle, tickle. A tickle, 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 tickle. Tickle. All right, try to have a bad day with a baby laughing at you. You can't. You can't. Do kiwis have wings like chickens? They do. They do have wings. At least, actually. Hold on. Let's turn on our actual photograph reference. Do kiwis have wings? They have to, right? Do kiwis have wings? They have to have wings. There's no way they don't have wings, right? Tiny vestigial wings. So the answer is yes, but they're just like these little fingers. Wow, I had no idea. Hold on. Where's Chrome? There we go. Check that out. That's a kiwi wing. Look how tiny that thing is. Look how tiny that is. Wow. There you go. There you go. Learn something new every day. So they really are just round fluff balls, in essence. Very tiny ones, basically non-visible. There you go. There you go. That was another thing that my wife's illustration professor, he retired. We went to a retirement dinner for him, and his one of his parting words to his former students was, the biggest lesson I ever tried to teach any of my students was not to render or draw things as they are, but to draw them as they appear to be. And I feel like that wing thing is an example. Like, don't try and draw a little subtle pattern in the fur for the wings. Like, just make it a circle, you know? This is like drawing that on the MC, add to detail, and it might make it much cuter. Yeah, how much? I think removing it is actually going to be the better call, in my opinion. Hold on, I gotta add reference layer 2 here. R2, and we're gonna bring this in. Blah, 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 blah. So, like, this level of cutesy is what I'm thinking for this. Oh dear, okay, there we go. So we want to maintain a lot of that round shape. We're gonna have to, for sure, expand the eyes out like crazy. I did a much more realistic eye before remembering, oh, that's right, I have like a stylistic goal here. So we're gonna try and avoid sharp edges where possible and have a much more cutesy aesthetic. And then the other part of this that I don't know is, are we going to have the enemies also be the cutesy aesthetic? Or are we going to make them horror? Like, genuinely terrifying, awful monsters. I feel like the legs are too chunky. Yeah, I mean, that's probably fair. It's probably fair, but it's kind of cute, though, I feel. I don't know. My wife, Sarah, told me that she wanted to do this. So the fact that I'm doing it is just me hoping I don't get into trouble in the first place. Okay, guy. Okay. Hey, do you need some Tylenol? Are we in ads? I think I saw the ad break thing going up. Ad starts in 3 minutes. Okay. Cute fighting creepy deformed monsters. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. So we're gonna add a helmet to him, like a little skull cap, right? We're gonna put in sort of a womp, sort of a thing. So he'll have his little helmet. He'll have his little sword in his beak, and he's gonna go squaring off against the terrors of the world. Is one idea. Or he will go against other cutesy animals. I don't really know. I'm like one of the big inspirations I'm having here is the Swords comic. If any of you have read any of that. A skull hairpin with there you go. Swords comic, like Quest Sprout. If any of you have read the Swords comic and seen the Quest Sprout, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This cutesy, this cute little plant, little nymph thing going on quests. And it's so cute, and he's trying to rescue his mom, and then he ends up getting paired against, like, the nightmare demons and everything. And so I kind of like that juxtaposition. It's something that I'm kind of considering heavily as the theme for the game. Can't spend too much time on it, though, because, we got to get it built and submitted. I haven't even seen if it's web exporting correctly yet. Blushes. Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Okay, guy. I know. I think you need some teething support, don't you? We should get you some teething support. We have ads starting in 40 seconds. I'm going to go get this guy some medicine, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We have more Game Jam coming up, and then we'll have our lunch break in a couple hours. After that lunch break, we'll come back. We're going to play some Indigo Park Chapter 1, and then dive right back into more arting. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Here we are. Baby, I'm pretty sure, is asleep. Great. Dogs are taken care of. Camera has successfully reset to the wrong exposure level. Gosh dang it. Oh. Why do you do this? Alright, there we go. And you just reset again. What is your deal? Why? Jiminy. Okay. Okay. So, we want to maintain this round shape, these round edges, right? But I think having a little bit of, like, on the weapon sides of the animal is okay, just because we want our character to not just feel, exclusively, cute, right? They need to also be capable of tackling the challenges that are in front of them. Let's go ahead and fill these in. This is totally busy work that I'm giving myself until I can figure out what I want to do here. So we want this guy to feel capable, like it's believable, but also very, very cutesy. Oh yeah, another thing I was bringing up about Sword Comic was Rapier Taper. Rapier Taper. If you, once again, if you've read any Swords comics, the idea behind Rapier Taper is he is this legendary swordsman that can never be beaten, and nobody knows really why. And they never show any of the fight scenes with him. He's just a tapir that has a rapier and cleanly obliterates every single thing that he can find. He is the king of the realm and legendary. Yeah, there you go. There's Rapier Tapir. All right. So, even this reference, I think, is a little too spiky for me, right? I don't think we want as angular of a body. I don't think we want as much deformation on the curves there. But some would probably be good. Kind of like in a tousled hair of your younger brother type sort of way, right? So let's grab our body. We're just gonna try some stuff. Just kind of rounding out the shape a little more. Making it feel a little more ruffly, feathery. I am liking this contour tool for this, because it does let us get more of those defined edges that sell the illusion of fur. Although, you know, they don't have fur, they're birds, but you get the idea. It feels like fur. That's... What am I doing? Okay. Kind of gets a little more rounded over there. Let's keep it going over here. I'm spending way too long on this. I should have just called it at the round body and been okay with that. Especially since I know my wife, as soon as she sees this, is gonna be like, okay, can I do it? I just can't stop myself. I want to be a better artist. This is how you get better at being an artist. You practice. And you make dumb mistakes. That's how you get better at being an artist. Lots of dumb mistakes. One of my wife's favorite stories when she was in school for her degree, which was a BFA, was she brings in a piece that she worked really hard on, and the teacher says, yeah, no, this is really good. And there was of a tree in this kind of woodland scene. And he said, you know there's a butt in that tree, right? And he pointed it out and the whole class laughed. And sure enough, there was a full-on butt in one of the knots of the tree. And she kind of just laughed it off. And every tree she ever draws now, she pays special attention as to avoid any accidental butts. And accidental butts has henceforth and forever always been my band name. Alright. So, obviously it looks a little bit janky right now, but I'm curious what happens when we hit our outline. Is that going to make it kind of blend in a bit better? Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I think I'm going to leave it there. Now, I do want to go in and redo this eye real quick. We're going to do our brush. Oh, it's locked, though. There we go. No. We should do the, yeah, build a lift. What am I doing? And what, maybe this guy? I think we need a closer to white in here. Okay, that's feeling more cutesy. Do we go with that outline or no outline? I think no outline. I think that sells the idea better. And then, can we just do like a couple of streaks here on the body? What's our cartoony reference here? Yeah, they do the couple of streak strategy here. What if we do it kind of more angled? Yeah, this is not very good. Maybe this guy can save us. Do maybe like that, or here. Oops, we're on the head layer. That's our problem. Body back down to maybe here, and then kind of. Yeah, that makes it into like a mink territory, right? That's not really a kiwi. It's the sort of thing that kings would skin by the thousands in order to make their cloaks in medieval Europe. What if we make it a little bit wider? Do something like that. It's feeling better. Play around with some different colors. I do wish I could, you know, I want this to be kind of tapering. And that's something that I'm not seeing a really easy way to do in a sprite. I'm sure someone has a better way to do it. I don't know. I think we just leave it. I don't have the tool set to be able to make it better quickly. So let's go ahead and make our helmet. Oh, we already have the helmet layer. What am I doing? Okay. It's because it was above my references. I didn't see it. I didn't know it was wrong. Alright. Gonna drag this over. That's right, we can rotate it. I put that right there. And then another one. That's not gonna work. Can we get the brush big enough where that will work? Will that kind of do the trick? No, and you know what? We also need it to be completely inside the frame too. So, you know, we can't... That just looks like a bowler hat. Perfect. Yeah, because the skull caps don't really have that lip on them. Let's delete that. Really all I want is the just pure covering there, right? So what happens if I maybe try and do just copy him? Oops. There we go. But maybe just a little bit bigger, and then select that, and then we can, oops. Control-Shift-I, will that select everything else? Good. And we need to do like a polygon selection. How do I do a polygon selection? And there's got to be a way to do that, right? Yeah. Polygon. That's what I'm looking for. What? There we go. You gotta click and drag. There's a lot of interesting little things you can do with Sprite. With the different interaction methods of like clicking and dragging versus just clicking. It's really interesting and something I'd like to kind of study as a product designer. Scale it in. What are we doing? Scale it in a bit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Looking good. Let me just cinch this in, tidy up those loose pixels there. And move to our outline color, and we're just going to, you know what, let's use our curve tool here. I'm gonna drag it out to here. And then a curve kind of going from here to the top. Then another one, doing the same thing. Oops. Don't mean to do the ellipse there. Okay. And we need to do another one from here to here. Another one from here to here. Come on. Sometimes it does the ellipse when I swear I haven't... When I haven't done, like, a double click. Like, I don't know why it's kind of freaking them out on me like that. Okay. So we're getting our skull cap blocked in. This is going well. And then... rush. I think we should do kind of a little decorative thing up here, right? That they're all feeding back into. Feels like it's going down too far, though. Yeah, it's a bit better. Okay. And then do a little hint of these kind of studs. I want to try and make them as equidistant as we possibly can. We're going to throw it like right there, and then, come on, subtract. So it kind of looks like it's wrapping around, right? Not too bad. Same trick over here. Okay. We'll be doing that a bunch up here. Is that worth it? That's just a lot of visual noise. I think we took too much off there. Let's make it 2 pixels instead of... well, I don't know. How does that look? Yeah. I do think it needs to get cut down a little bit. Alright. The level of detail. You know it, Zaf. When you get a Fox Hollow product, it is high quality. It is high quality. We don't believe in anything else. Oh, dear. All right, there we go. I think that's it. I think that's our kiwi. Done. Incredibly silly. Exactly the way that I wanted it. Export. Get out of A-sprites. Okay, let's go to our player. And for our player sprite, we can finally put in a real texture. Real with an asterisk. It's, you know, oh dear. We got our transforms all off. Hold on. Reset that scale. There we go. There we go. We can move these guys over a little bit. Grab our hit points. Bring that up. And then how are our shields looking? Move you maybe over here, over here, over here. Maybe over here. How's that gonna look? I'm a little concerned about the shields overlapping on top of each other or not being clear who is shielded. Yeah, let's bring it closer in. Once again, proximity being a design principle. If you want things to feel like they belong together, then put them next to each other. Well enough for now. It's not, listen, it's not good, but it's enough for now. Cool. Wait, hold on. Is it cool? Is it? How much of a difference is that gonna make? Not a whole lot. Like, it definitely helps, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. Throwing an outline on the helmet, you know. All right, so that is that. Let's go ahead and make our items. So right now, they are a cool, I believe, 24 by 24 pixels, and that is really small. I would love to kind of get the size right before we have an idea. Let's go to 96 by 96. Check out how that's going to feel in context. That does feel better. It feels like it's a lot more obvious what's going to happen, but it might be a little too big. Let's take it to, what, 80 by 80? Yeah, that's feeling better. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's take it to 80 by 80 size. Hey, K-Hada, welcome in. Good to have you here over on YouTube. Hope you're doing well. How's the first week of work been, by the way? You're probably kind of starting to get out of some of the training things and, you know, polishing off a couple of tasks, right? Okay. So 80 pixels by 80 pixels. 80 by 80. We need to make a sword. In fact, let's also make a frame. Yeah, let's make a frame for this, because I think that's going to be important, because one of the big things we really need to be communicating is, like, magical versus physical, and I want to have a colored background to push that forward, regardless of whatever sprite we have inside of it. So, to show you what I mean, we're going to do this. Can we do rounded corners in here? Can I round the corners of a filled rectangle? Because that would be nice. Alright, whatever. We'll just do that. And then, make a new layer. We're going to select rotation. We got 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 3 pixel, 4 pixel. Drag this in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's about right. Then we can fill it with that. Oops. Okay. So this is our frame for physical items. Physical is red, magical is blue. So we're gonna go ahead and save this. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way to do rounded corners, right? I mean, I guess what we could do is kind of do something like this, right? Feels really weird, but would technically work. Yeah, I just pretty tiring since it's weapons communication systems. It's a lot of documentation reading on messaging protocols, military proprietary protocols. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense, Kata. I'm sure it's a huge learning curve. And it's also the sort of learning curve that if you mess it up, it doesn't just, you know, it doesn't just take down someone's food ordering service, right? It's, oh, people might actually die. And the people that aren't supposed to, you know, it's oof, it's a lot of pressure. So wishing you the best of luck, Kaado. A sprite, rounded, rectangle. How do we do that? Use the draw circle tool and start from the corner you want to round off. Once you have the round you want, select all the pixels that are either outside or inside the circle and delete them from your square object. Really? There's no rounded corners? Easiness? Wow. That's weird. Rounded rectangles aren't available. I mean, that was like 5 years ago, but they also said no plans to include them. So that blows my mind. I guess they're saying, you know, we're not really planning on this being a UI tool. This is, the point of this is not UI. The point of it is art. Fair enough. Oops. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. There we go. There's our rounded corner. Okay, that one's good. So basically, I'm just going until I see that we're 1 pixel into transparency, and then I move up. There we go. There's our other rounded corner. There we go. And then we can just erase all that's left of all this. Oop. And we can come in and touch it up later with a smaller brush. Okay. Was it worth it to get the rounded corners? Yes. Was all that extra effort really needed? Yes. Go. Darn it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Suck. I have such a problem of not letting go of the mouse soon enough. So I lose a ton of work when I inevitably make a mistake. There we go. There are rounded corners. Oh dear. Very worth it. And we're in ads. Goodness gracious. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's keep going. Lighting always and diegetic UI. There you go. Every time. Physical template save. Okay. Diegetic UI. It can be really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Diegetic UIs can be super rad. They can also be really bad. They can be really awful. Okay. So what I think we're gonna do here. What happens if I do, this is our sword, and we kind of go like that. Such a good sword. You know what we should probably do is do this. And then we can rotate it, right? JD does dev with the shout out, my heavens. Okay, so we'll grab that. Down. And then we'll do like a ruby pommel. Yeah, no, that's not working. Too much. Yeah, that's better. A red button, a knife, a keyhole? Hey, good to see you, Prodigal. Are you progressing at the speed you expected? Am I too distracting, forcing you to not be able to proceed at all? A candlestick? No, it's being absolutely lovely. Thanks for checking in, Prodigal. How you doing today? Let's see, how do we... Right, it's like the Tower of Hanoi, you know? It's got to figure out the right order of operations to do this all in. There we go. Okay. Turn off that, and then can I rotate? A sprite, rotate, layer. Yes, you can. Oh, but you have to select it. Okay. I guess I can understand that. There we go. Prodigal Son, you got it. Oh, it's Friday. Just messing, it's clearly the Master Sword. Learning more about AWS step functions and lambdas using Go, the usual. Very cool. Very cool. How are you? I'm doing very well, thanks. Great to see ya. I don't know, do we want to rotate it? Kind of feel like we do, but not necessarily for any good reason, other than it just kind of feels a little more dynamic. You know, I feel like I'm kind of ruining it. Yeah, let's just keep it there. We'll just keep it simple. We're going fast. There. All right. There's our sword. And then we will Shift O. Grab that. And do we just do everything? Really outline it? It's kind of a thought. Oh, all right. You have a great stand-up, prodigal son. Best of luck. If you rotate it, you'll have to fix the lines. Yeah. Mind if I share something cool about my game? Absolutely, Endo. Share it. We want to hear. Soften that up a little bit. Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll deal with that. That's great. Save. Export. We got a bunch of these we need to do. We gotta speed this up a bit. Sword. Great. Hide. Oh, shoot. Shoot. All right. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna cut. Make a new layer. This is gonna be border. We're gonna lock it. And this is gonna be sword. And then we're gonna paste. There we go. Okay. Now we can hide it. Make a new layer. And this will be shield. Which we can just, honestly, we can just import our shield. Import shield. But not that one. Well, actually. No, because the colors are all off. Let's just do the gray shield. I made a YouTube short about how the spell combos work in the game. It's been my first successful short. No kidding. I saw that the other day, Endo. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I saw you doing that. Or I saw it get released. Endo on YouTube short. Here we go. Here we go. Let's bring this up.
When Splash touches a fire spell, it makes bubbles. When Splash touches a water spell, it splits into 3. So if I have Splash touch fire, then water, it looks like this. But if I have Splash touch a water spell, then a fire spell, look how many more bubbles I get.
Yeah, dude. No, I think stuff like that is really cool. I think that sort of thing is going to, once again, it's like we talked about in the critique. It's all about showing people how cool the system is as early as possible, right? I'm so on board for that. Absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congrats. Sword looks great, thanks. Struggling on the format when talking about the game. Yeah. No, I think you've got a good pull there, for sure. Is that worth it? Not really. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now, there have to be, like, blending modes, right? A-Sprite blend mode. Oh, but that's for the API. I don't want the API. How do I... Because I just want to set this as an overlay so it has, like, the same color. Mode. There we go. Oh, you're not going to give me a preview, though. Bummer. Overlay? Too much. Or light. I feel like that wouldn't pass... contrast checker. Oof. That's about as close as we're going to get. I don't like it. I'll have that known right now, but whatever. We'll take it. This is going to be shield. Like that it opens with a bang. Yeah. On Steam, I think you can get some cheap service to keep looping the live now video that plays on top of your game. Might be worth looking into that, too. Imagine someone comes to your game page and there's you explaining crazy spells. That could be kind of fun. Your publisher is currently doing that. Oh, very cool. Okay. We need to... This needs to be... toolbar, then. Okay. All right. That's the shield. New one. These are weights. We're going to grab this, and then this is just going to be some stack circles. We're not going to think too hard about this one. Rotate just a bit. Oops. Copy. And then paste over here. No, you're not going to let me do that. Okay. Do that. Shift H. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Because we need to reverse the order, too. That's fine. That's fine. This is going to be close to the camera, so it should be a little bit bigger. Like that, maybe, and then have our other weight be in front. Okay. Yeah, not in love with that. That's better. And then from here, we're going to draw a line. It's about yay big. Go a little more for the center. There you go. Look, it's obviously weights. Look how incredibly weights they are. Oops. No, don't flatten the entire thing. I just want these two to flatten. There we go. Weights. Okay. And then Shift O. And we're going to put it on that. Okay. Great. Export. Export as. And this is going to be weights toolbar. Nice music. Thank you. Appreciate that. This is OC Remix, which I adore their mission and everything that they do. You can go find them over there. Okay. So those are our physical icons. And no, this isn't good. No, I would not want to launch a game with that, but okay. So now we are going to do a new version of this, which is the magical template. We're going to color swap. As simple as this. Oh, right, because it's locked. Let me fix that. Layer 2. Is that quite enough? Yeah, let's do that. That's going to read better. It's not very nice, but it's better. Tiny Devil, good to see ya. How you doing? Well, come on in, Tiny Devil. Were you working on Tiny Devil Adventures? And feel free to raid and run, as always. But welcome in, welcome in. It's lovely to have you. If nobody's following Tiny Devil, you totally should. Tiny Devil is making all sorts of really cool stuff in GameMaker. They're one of the more advanced GameMaker users I've ever seen. And just doing a really cool, small little project that they are releasing on Steam. This is, you know, if you're tired of watching people who don't ever actually release anything, go watch Tiny Devil Games. He's actually making something that is on Steam, and it's going to get released real soon. Rage platformer, we had a good time with it. He's doing shaders and stuff in GameMaker, which I didn't even know was a thing you could do. So go give him a follow. Adding dragons, very cool. That's awesome. And also horrifying. What does the dragon do? Does it, like, breathe fire? Stream overlay makes me feel the Laureate short. More like layout. I'm not following Cubus. Kind of bullet hell-like. Oh, man. Hilarious. That's horrifying. I'm not looking forward to that in any way, but it sounds really exciting. I'm not looking forward to having to deal with it whenever we get around to playing it again. Lovely patterns. That's cool. That's something I really want to learn how to do is bullet hell sort of patterns. I know that sine waves and stuff are a big part of that, and I've tinkered with that a little bit, but I also know that it's more complex than that. All right, let's throw that on there. We'll throw down a specular light. Just like right there. It's a little far close to the edge. You want to avoid really uncomfortable zones where there's like 1 pixel, you know, of color, if at all possible. So just scooching that in a little bit is going to make it feel a little bit better. Okay. So this is now the wand. Let's get that outline going. We're going to center it a little bit better. Save, and export. This is wand toolbar, I think is how we're calling them. Yeah, wand toolbar. Okay. Sine waves are the bane of gamers' existence since the Medusa heads in Castlevania. Incredible. Oh, shoot, that's funny. And then the shield we can actually just keep. I mean, I'd like to kind of darken it, but it's going to work. What if we do darken? Yeah, it's just not very good. Hard light, maybe? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Since this is a multiply layer, I'm kind of, or a blend mode layer. If I just put extra pixel information on top, is it going to stack? No. All right, whatever. We'll just call this good. People will be able to figure it out, hopefully. Shield toolbar. I ain't got time for more. I ain't got time for more. Magic shield toolbar. Okay. And then we have nerd glasses. I'm gonna grab all this and delete. And then we are going to get our circle tool. And grab this. And rotate just a smidge. Too much rotation? There we go. Gonna have to raid and run. Family time now. Pizza Friday. Have a great Pizza Friday, Tiny Devil. Have a great time. It's a German sketch about a guy waiting in a waiting room, and the room has one tilted image frame. The man proceeds to straighten the frame and destroys the entire room in the process. That sounds amazing. Sounds like, reminds me of the Goes Wrong show, if any of you have ever seen the Goes Wrong show, or the play that goes wrong. Both of those are fantastic. Let's grab our other tool here. Gonna go back to here and then bring it up. Yeah. It's looking good. And then from here to probably about there. Oops. Shoot. It's not coming from the same place as the other side. Back over to here. Okay. All right. That's not looking horrible. Let's thicken these up a bit. Because they're nerd glasses, after all. They should be thicker. Just the feeling of needing the correct frame, that's what your layout gives me. Explain more, Cubus. What is that feeling? What do you mean? That it's rotated incorrectly? What do you mean? Alright. There's that. We'll grab just a little specular highlight over here. Nah. There we go. This is something I should probably do, of like breaking the frame. You know, you can, thank you, Mothman. Add a glint of glass reflection like thing. Yeah, a line or curve might be better. Maybe. Needs to be lines. Diagonal lines glint. Looks like weird eyes. I totally agree. So this is another visual design thing, right? Breaking the frame can be a really powerful tool. So far, canvas didn't stop here and it kept going out, and having the icon go out beyond the frame can make something feel a lot more dynamic and exciting. By putting everything inside of the frame, we're creating this very rigid architecture, which can definitely work, but it is definitely something to be aware of. Hey, you are creating this sort of a feel. Someone has a big flat nose. Yeah, nerds, Risky Biscuit. Nerds have big flat noses. Don't make fun of flat nose people. A kiwi has a big flat nose. Actually, I guess this is fairly rounded, isn't it? All right, fine. Fine. You win. So bad. Wife Quest, where are you? I wasn't supposed to be doing this. All right, we'll call that good. Save, export as Nerd Glasses toolbar. Don't break the frames of the glasses. You can sometimes intentionally make the frame smaller than the items. Yeah, absolutely, Rodion. It's a real good UI method. So UI, if we do like a search for UI break the frame, yeah, stuff like this. So you can see, like, this shape is breaking the frame, and that makes it feel way more dynamic. Same with this circle over here, right? If this was all contained within this box, it would feel a lot more restrictive, a lot more orderly, a lot more secure. By breaking things outside, it starts to feel more creative, more dynamic, more free. And neither of those are the right thing to do. They're just different ways. So you just got to be aware of what is it that you're trying to communicate, and then hit that hard. How many diopters do those? What's a diopter? I don't follow. Is a diopter a part of a glass? Of a pair of glasses? A diopter is a unit of measurement with dimension of reciprocal length. Wow. Reciprocal length equivalent to 1 reciprocal meter. 1 dpt equals 1 mr to the -1. It is normally used to express the optical power of a lens or curved mirror, which is a physical quantity equal to the reciprocal of the focal length expressed in meters. That's a lot of words. It's a lot of things, Rodion. I'm not prepared for that. It's too early in the morning for me to learn about diopters. Related to pterodactyls, of course. Oh, boy. All right, I think we're going into ads in just a second. Yeah, ads are starting in any second now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Game Jam work. We got 2 more toolbar icons to make, and then that might be the end. Oh, and then we got to do the enemies' abilities and everything. So that'll be 3, 6, and then like 14 more. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Yeah, Cubus, I figured you were, given the fact that, like, you were educating us on all that sort of stuff. So I'm glad we had at least one person in here. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's see. I have a new a notification from Game Dev TV. What's going on in Game Dev TV? The Unreal 2D C++ course is now live. That's cool. That is one of the big draws for learning Unreal for me, is getting back into C++ and getting some projects under my belt in C++. Okay. So now we need to change our border and everything. We're changing it from the magical template to now the status template. I don't know. It's a dumb way to describe it. It's like the extra stuff you get at the very end. Oh, that yellow is so bright, though. And that's so gross looking. That's a little bit better. And then maybe skew a little bit more orange to throw it on the there we go. The border. We need a little more contrast than that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Hey, guy. Add 2 front teeth beneath the glasses. Amazing. That would be hilarious. It's not even like it's like the glasses with the big eyebrows and stuff, right? And the big nose. Be like that for the kiwi. It's just a pair of teeth that you just slide onto the kiwi's beak. That would be incredible. Okay. Let's go ahead and move to our boots. And we can do this pretty quick because we already did the boots. So let's grab our... Yeah, hi. Right there. And then we'll just scale it up a bit, which is going to make it look really gross. So we'll just tidy up these lines a bit. Okay. And then Shift O, and you are going to be that. There we go. Kind of work on centering it. It's another thing as a visual designer, you never want, not necessarily never, there are frequently going to be times where exactly centering something in your frame is not going to be what you want because it's not going to look like it's centered. So for example, with this boot, we probably want to move it a little bit further down and that will feel more centered to the eye. So we're going to go ahead and export that. This is going to be our boots toolbar. And then center by weight. Yeah. Rubik's Cube, good to see ya. How you doing? Go to our shield, and this is now going to be the hammer. We'll knock all this out. And I'm thinking what we'll do here is use our kind of steel gray colors again. I'm doing some big cheat times on this. Oh, because it's still on a blend mode. I was like, why is this being so weird? There we go. And then... yeah, we need to reverse that. Whoop, 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 whoop. Tired but good. I'm glad to hear it. We're doing all right. We're making progress on the game jam Aruni and learning us a game jam. Woo! That kid is trying to sit up on his own. He's really wanting to exercise those musculatures. Oh, bud. You're okay. And we'll kind of do that. But we need to be the other color. Go. But that also needs to be behind the other stuff, doesn't it? Oh, if I could only have a brain. All right. But then, of course, this guy does not need to be there. Needs to be closer to, you know, something like that. What am I doing? No, Joe, use your brain. Use your brain. This is all gonna be this. There we go. Gosh. Sometimes. Oh, sometimes I just have no clue what I'm doing. And that's most of the time. All right. Stick. Grab the line tool. Extend it out. And merge these. And shrink it in. Just a little bit. So that that handle can be a bit more pronounced. Do you want like a pommel or anything? An indent for the beak to grip onto? Let's just do this. Sure. Okay. Flatten. Rename to hammer. And then outline in our gray. Export. Hammer toolbar. Okay. Export. What is the game about? I'm gonna. I can show you right now. So the game is for the Captain Coders Learn You a Game Jam 2024. The theme is only one inventory slot. So the idea is you have your Kiwi going on a quest fighting these bad guys. You have one item that you can have active at any given time. And you have to hot swap between them on your toolbars. So if you want to do magic damage, you have to put your wand. But then you have to put your sword on to get around, you know, their magic shield. And then you want to buff yourself up, so you throw on the weights. And then, oh shoot, they have a physical shield up, so let's do the wand, get the magic damage, and then we'll start using our sword again that we got that big buff going for. And that's the idea of the game. I like this Kiwi guy. He's not incredible, but I do love him dearly. Let the little guy draw some textures. Incredible. Broso, good to see ya. How are you, friend? Okay. Let's go ahead and bring all these in. I'm going to make a new folder in here for player abilities. And then we're going to move you. The cool thing is that background is already making it a lot easier to find things. So that's good. Can delete these. We're not using those anywhere. What? Guess we'll just do cancel. It shouldn't be used by anything, but whatever. We can leave it. That's fine. Cool. So this is our magic shield. We're going to reset this and then throw that up in there. And then we're going to throw it up in there. There we go. Nice. It's a little fuzzy. I wonder why that is. Alive, thanks. Good. Have about a minute of power. Well, thanks for coming in and saying hi. Have a good day. I hope you're able to get some rest and some peace. Wish you a good stream. Maybe we'll come again after 2 or 3 hours. Hey, thanks so much for coming in and saying hi, Prosto. Have a great day. I hope that yeah, you're able to find some peace there. Okay, so the charge, we're gonna make this instead of 24 by 24. Needs to be 80 by 80. And where are we setting that? Swap hats, you got it, Cubus. There we go. Got it. Whoa. There we go. Okay. Where am I setting this thing's size? I know we're setting it somewhere. You got it, Rodion! Got it. Womp. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh, did you lose your pacifier? There you go. There you go. Okay. The Kraken. So this is weird. Where do I find our transform? Too much tomato. Hello. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. How are you today? 80 by 80. And then yeah, too much tomato. How is the rest of the Godot work? Were you able to figure out that kind of instantiation problem you were encountering? By the way, feel free to raid and run, but it is such a pleasure to have you here. Welcome in. And then 80 by 80. There we go. Okay. So these are the settings we need to bring across for our charge. And we need to go through the rest of our nodes on our toolbar and bring all those changes across. So we're going to open up all of our equipment. Hammer, nerd glasses, shield, sword, wand, weights, and that's it. Okay. So Eighth of Shield is done. Boots! Can I paste you in? Okay, yes I can. So we're going to paste and then get rid of the original charge. Okay, this is going to get faster the more we do this. Sprite 2D, you reset, and we grab our boots icon. There we go. Hammer. Delete the charge. Control V. And then we're going to reset and grab our hammer. Doing great. Figured things out pretty well. Very cool. Very cool. So you mentioned you're teaching some high school students. Are you doing like a guest lecture, or are you like getting a teaching position? Copy properties. Thank you. Thank you, Cubus. Appreciate that. Grab our nerd glasses, bring those in, and then we will paste properties. Nice. That's very cool. That's really great. Thank you, Cubus. Paste properties, Sprite 2D, and this is for the basic shield. Okay. And then the sword. Reset the Sprite 2D, drop in the incredible sword that we made. Okay. And then the freeze, we will paste those no, not freeze. Charge. Although freeze is also going to need to get changed. Ah, shoot. I didn't even think about that. Freeze is just a little guy now. Yeah. Huh. Wonder why I can't change the size on that. That's weird. Yeah, we're gonna have to change the freeze on all of them. You're doing an entire summer course. That's rad. Too much tomato. Texture rec named Sprite 2D is kind of cursed. That's what inherited scenes are nice for. Tell me more about the inherited scenes there, Keepus. I think I might know what you're communicating, but I want to make sure. Yeah, it was a Sprite 2D, and then I was like, oh, it shouldn't be a Sprite 2D. It should be a texture rec. So I did change type, but then just never changed the name. Which is fine. It's fine. Bring the wand in, and then charge is going to paste properties, and then the weights will reset. Bring that in, and then charge, paste. Okay, now we need to go in and fix up freeze for everyone. That is really weird. Don't link. 0.9. Yeah, no, that's really weird. Just go in a little bit. Oh, jeez, kid. You are really wanting to roll off that screen. Or not off the screen, off the... There we go. Oh. We have just one definition that's seen and swap out the sprite through code. Yeah, we could. We could. We could make all the abilities a dictionary and everything. I just wanted to move fast, so I just built it the quick dumb way. Hey, what's going on? All right, give me 1 second, real quick. There we go. And you know what? Fortune's favor. It's funny because we do have... I did end up using dictionaries for, like, the enemy's abilities, just not for the players. So update the sprite properties in the parent scene. All children will also get those... Yeah. The image change will still say, yeah, absolutely. And if I were to go back and, like, refactor this, that's exactly what I would do. Okay. Let's see where this takes us here. Okay. So we're definitely going to need to... change the spacing on things a little bit. And we also have a crash, which... that's fine. Okay. So on our H box, we need different scaling on things. Yeah. How do we do this? Dealing with H boxes is always a little bit of a struggle for me. There we go. That'll work. Whoops. And then bring you up so you're visible. I'm going to throw you in the middle. No? Nothing? Alright. Cool. So there's that. Then, with that, we need to go to our player and modify where we're placing all these. Just gonna put these up here, and then put our item label up here. Where's that gonna take us? Ooh, we are off still. Man, why is that toolbar so far down? Shouldn't be. Yeah, that's really weird. There's something that is not set correctly there. I don't know what it is. Looks like it's not even updating. Is that the right scene that we have? Is that being brought into the fight? Should be. Where's our fight scene? Oh, that's the script. Oops. Ah, it's placed differently. Okay. Bring that up to there. Okay. All right. I mean, it's a little chunky wonky. That's okay, though. Now, for some reason, it's not finding charge. I.get node charge. Okay. I don't know why you're having such a hard morning. Prodigal son, you got it. Oh. Seem cozy and not warm enough. Let's add another hat. Oh my god. Alright. Give me a sec with this guy. You can put it on Dev Jr. too. I'm good with that. We need a cooling hat for the summer. There you go. There you go. WifeQuest did say we should make a channel redeem point that's like 50,000 for putting a hat on the baby. I vote Joe gets baby hats for Dev Jr. and add as channel rewards. He might not like it. We put the fez on him once. But yeah, we'll probably have to do something, huh? We'll probably have to get you your own hat. Yeah, Mr. Smiles now. Yeah. Yeah, you just wanted to move a little bit, huh? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. What do you think? Is that gonna be good? Can I hold you like that? Okay. Cool. Mr. Smiles has returned. Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, we've got this weird error where charge is not getting picked up, which is bizarre. What? Hey, what happened to Mr. Smiles? What? Are you just really needing to stand? You just have to stand, huh? That's the rule. Yes, you do some jazz hands. Jazz hands. Jazz hands. What do you think? More jazz hands. You do some tickles? 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 Tickle, tickle, tickle. What do you think? Oh, goodness. All I do is lay down all day. Let me walk, Dad. I want my independence. Oh, man, his sister was exactly like that. She was always in a rush to grow up and get moving and do all the things. Okay. Hey, let's maybe not wiggle around quite so much. If I'm gonna hold you like this, I kind of need you to sit still a little. So, this is the weird thing. We didn't change the name of anything. It's still just charge. But now for some reason, it is saying, yeah, invalid assignment of float on base object of type null instance. But it's right there. Why is that not returning? Does it not have a value on it or something? Or let's take these off real quick. Yeah, like it's right there. It's right there. One of those scenes might have the node renamed. You know what, actually? I bet it's this. I bet that it's a child of the Sprite 2D. I bet that was the problem. Let's make sure the layer orders are all correct. That needs to be under the freeze. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's looking so much better. Beautiful. Woo. Clean. Clean. We do need to add number keys down below, I'm realizing. We can do that, though. That's not a problem. Most unlikely reason is usually the right one. Well, no, so the order mattered because I didn't want it on top of the freeze. It wasn't about making it run. It was just making sure that the freeze effect showed up on top. Yeah. Okay. Sounds great. Yeah, it's going great. This is going great. We're making good progress. Yeah. Yes, we are. Although I'm pretty sure you're really tired. Yeah, because you've been awake like all morning long. You've only taken a couple like 10-minute naps. 1 second. Okay, folks, that was family calling. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to step out just a few minutes early. We're gonna head out in about 10 minutes anyways. But I gotta head out. We will be back at about what? About 3 Eastern? We'll be back at 3 Eastern. We'll go at least until 5 Eastern. Maybe a little bit longer because we've lost a lot of time today. But I have been having a great time. I hope you have as well. We've been making such good progress. We still need to make backgrounds for everything, and we need to make a main menu. But, and then the enemy abilities. But, you know, we're making progress. We're doing good stuff. And then hopefully get some animations in here of like an attack sort of a thing. And all that fun stuff is coming later on today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to go ahead and raid out. Who can we raid? Who can I raid and run to? Oh, we haven't gone to Nurkmind in forever. Let's go raid Nurkmind. If you want to learn how to do multiplayer stuff or Unity stuff, Nurkmind is a great resource for you. We're going to go hang out with him. Thanks so much for hanging out. As a reminder, we'll be back in just like 2 hours. If this has been of value to you, Foxhollow Games is a charitable enterprise helping people enter the game industry. We do stuff like this all the time, making games. We analyze them and critique them while we play them. We have interviews with developers. We have an interview coming up next Monday with JD Does Dev. We've got a debate coming up tomorrow that you're not going to want to miss between Polygon Pilgrimage and Risky Biscuit Games about the usage of AI art in games. It's going to be a really interesting discussion. And we will be back later today. Thanks so much for hanging out. Nurkmind is having a celebration today? Oh, it's his Twitch anniversary. Oh, well, this is a perfect time to go do that. Go give him some quacks. All right. We'll take care. See you later. 2D Fighter, good to see ya. We'll be back in a few hours.